Hey, what's up, you guys? Tom is back with another LinScents video. Today we have a fragrance from the Lattafa Pride lineup, but before we get into that, just want to say thank you guys again. It is an honor to be playing on one of those electronic devices, whether it's that cell phone, that tablet, that laptop, that Macintosh, that brand new big screen TV, whether you watch me at home, at work, on a plane, a train, or an automobile. Maybe you're watching me on the toilet, at work, okay? Now, while everyone else is doing their business, you actually got your pants dropped to the floor and you're not even doing anything but watching that video because you don't feel like going back to that desk or maybe that counter or whatever. Man, however, wherever you watch me, it is an honor. If you guys are new to this channel, you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, comment, and like. Likes are very important. Likes are important because if I didn't like fragrance, I wouldn't be buying these. If you guys didn't like me, you guys wouldn't come back. And, you know, vice versa. So, with that being said, let's finally get into this fragrance, Lattafa Pride. The one beauty I like about most of the Lattafa Pride fragrances, I think pretty much all of them, have a little, when you buy them, they come in a box, got great presentations, and then they usually have a little booklet on the inside that shows you what the note breakdown is of that said fragrance. Now, you get a booklet that's got all their Lattafa Pride lineup, but this one is the Lattafa Pride, and this one is called Wajood. Wajood. Take a look at that presentation, that big brown box, very nice. Now, it did take the plastic off because, guys, man, sometimes you struggle with that plastic, but other than that, here it is, okay? It's going to open up like a old VCR, VHS cassette tape. Boom. There we go. There goes that Lattafa Pride book. Now, I knew this was in here because I put it right back in, because when I took that plastic off, I pulled this out just to see what it was like, but I swear I put it right back in. I have yet to actually smell this one. I kid you not. It's the first time, okay? So, again, opens up like that VCR. The fragrance stays into that little slot perfectly. And then, again, you get that booklet. We'll go to this booklet and see if we can find that Wajood fragrance. Now, they also have one called Nebras, I believe it is. Okay, so people say that one smells like sugar cookies or something like that. But let's see if we can find Wajood. By the way, if you guys really want that kind of pineapple-y, fresh, leathery fragrance, this one right here. This is that, what is this? That Alamede, okay? That clary sage pineapple leather. Man, this one smells good, you guys. I've never smelled this one yet, but that one smells good, okay? I think I've smelt these trophies before. I think I did a video on that. Could be wrong, but who knows. But let's go over here. All right, Wajood. We got some marine, pink pepper, vetiver, patchouli, sandalwood, and amber. So, man, marine notes, okay? Might smell like the sea. And then the pink pepper. Pink pepper sometimes comes off kind of fruity, kind of sweet, spicy, whatever. Vetiver, patchouli. I love vetiver, love patchouli. And then that sandalwood and amber. Not really the biggest fan of sandalwood. I like cedarwood a little bit more, but nonetheless, that is all there. So again, there's that Wajood, and this is the Nebras one. This one kind of has that gold look. So from what I've been told is that most of the silvers in all these fragrances, okay, you got gold here and you got silver. Gold is more for the female, and then the silver is for the male, okay? So, but in this generation, everything is for everyone nowadays. So, with that being said, let's finally get into this fragrance. Look at that bottle, very nice, square. Not really sure what kind of design this is, but it looks pretty good to me. And then on the side, there we go. We got that Wajood. Now, that would have been cool if they did something like kind of how Club de Nuit puts that big name on the side right here. That would have been pretty cool. But nonetheless, Wajood. So, that's the thing. I think, yeah, so they look the same. This one and the gold one look the same. I wish they would put, you know, the name like somewhere on the front, maybe even on the cap right here, so you didn't have to go to the side to find it. Other than that, looks very nice to me. Lattafa Pride, there we go. So, here we go. Again, this is the first time spraying this one, okay? So, here we go. Go to the left hand over here. Hopefully the dog doesn't get some on his head, or else he'll be smelling like some Wajood too. So here we go. Go three sprays, okay? I like in the air that patchouli and that patchouli and vetiver is kind of giving it this nice earthy greenness right off the back. I like that a lot, actually. Rubbing the hands around, okay. Kind of getting a little bit of marine action, whatever that marine would be, if that's watery notes or is that like more like sea notes, like on the sea, sandy, especially with that patchouli and that vetiver. Man, this is one of those fragrances where, again, I think people will enjoy this more in the air than on skin. So when I say that, what I want you guys to do, especially if some of you guys spray these fragrances and then a lot of you guys go smell in your hand, especially when you guys first buy these, okay, and then you're like, man, I don't like it. Now on skin, it does give me that kind of earthy, woody smell. Maybe that's sandalwood, maybe a little bit of that vetiver working here, but together it almost smells kind of incensey, almost piney, if you will, when you put those two together, that vetiver and that patchouli. So you kind of get this almost like rich chantal, something like that, incensey, almost pencil shaving, pencil shavings, if you will. Marine, when I think of marine, I'm not really thinking like watery notes, but I'm thinking kind of like this salty, kind of cavey smell, if you will. I guess like when you go into the marine notes, the marina and stuff, sometimes you got all those rocks and all those other things going around over there. So you smell this, kind of reminds me of rocks and green grass, green earthiness, woody notes and stuff like that. Here's the thing. Again, probably just went way off track with this one, okay? When I say I like this smell much better in the air, okay? Now, again, some of you guys, you spray this on your skin, you're like, man, I don't like it. Because I kind of don't like it a little bit on the skin, okay? It's not a smelly or stinky fragrance by no means, but it's not something I really like. But in the air, I like it a lot. Again, it reminds me of Rich Chantal, something like that, or Palo Santal from Cremo, if you will. But here's the thing. When you guys smell like this and you're like, man, automatically you don't like, okay? Most of the time, you won't smell that smell like that, the one on your skin, unless you keep coming up to it, okay? What you smell in the air is what most likely everyone else is going to smell, okay? So you got to think of it like this. You don't like it on your skin, but why not have someone, maybe like a brother or something, or a relative, spray it on themselves, let them walk around you, and then smell it. Because then that lets you know how people perceive you to be when you wear this and you walk past them, okay? Because they're not coming to smell this. Again, if you think about it, if you think about getting those compliments, okay? Those compliments are coming from people that are going to smell that air, that smell, that air that you walk through, and you leave that scent trail and sillage and stuff like that. They're not smelling this actual scent, okay? They're not going up to the skin and smelling it unless they're getting real close. But even then, they'd have to get like super duper close. Even when, Fragrance Jeremy says when they give you the kiss on your neck, they still are not going to smell exactly this. They're still going to smell all that stuff in the air, okay? So with that being said, again, this smells very earthy, kind of almost rocky, almost, if you will. It kind of reminds me of outdoors. It kind of reminds me of if you have an open body of water, okay, especially like around a lot of like rock formation, okay. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Then you add like these little woody notes, these woody earthy notes, especially with that patchouli, again, the patchouli and that vetiver. Those are going to be that earthy, kind of grassy, green notes, if you will. It's kind of somewhat spicy, kind of smells like that pencil shavings and a little bit of incense. One thing I can appreciate with this fragrance, though, is that there's not a lot of citrus in here. I don't think there's citrus at all. And a lot of times with some of those patchouli fragrances, those vetiver fragrances, there's a lot of that citrus, and it kind of helps balance out the fragrances, in my opinion. I like that the fact that they went straight to it. Almost, again, smells very woody and smells very earthy. Again, marine notes. I'm gonna go back to this just to see what else was in here. I think it was marine notes, pink pepper. Not getting really any kind of like fruitiness or anything like that, or not really getting that pink pepper by any chance, or even that amber, because amber kind of comes off kind of sweet, so I'm not really getting sweet just yet, okay? But I'm definitely getting that vetiver, that patchouli, smells a little bit sandalwoodish. Okay, maybe you put all three of those together, maybe it kind of comes off as that incensey pencil shavings, if you will. Again, marine, again, I'm thinking of like sitting around a big body of water with the little rock formations on the side, like the caves and the dunes and stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm getting with this fragrance. Again, it's a fragrance that I don't think a lot of people will like just coming off the skin. Okay, if you just base your opinions off of the skin, a lot of times you might not like certain fragrances. Again, it's when you smell that in the air. That's that smell that you are really going to gravitate to. Again, this one is like, ugh, I really don't like it that much. But again, we'll have to wait. When I get outdoors, we'll see what the breeze does. Maybe the outdoor elements, maybe this kind of does something a little bit different. But nonetheless, again, in my opinion, it's not a fragrance that I'm going to tell you to go out there and rush to get, okay? Unless you just want to have all the Lattafa Pride fragrances, then you go out there and get it. Whatever this is a clone of, I don't know. You guys know. You guys let me know. I think this is the Lattafa Pride. I think they go more off the niche style fragrances. I don't think they copy designer fragrances. I could be wrong, but nonetheless, again, a fragrance that I like more in the air than on skin. Again, has that incensey, kind of woody, kind of earthy smell on the skin. I kind of like that they didn't go with the citrus route here, but I think a little bit of citrus would have kind of helped this fragrance. But then again, once you spray that, you know, if there was some citrus on here, it might have smelled like any other fragrance with that vetiver, that the vetivers and the sandalwoods and all that stuff. So it might have smelled just like anything else. But the fact that they didn't put it in there kind of makes it a little bit different and unique than other fragrances. Again, you got a fragrance like this patchouli on fire, which I absolutely love. This smells so damn good. It smells nice, fresh, spicy, but this one kind of just goes straight to the wood, goes straight to that marine. Again, rock formations. Think of rock formations out in the water, like a nice salty water with those rock formations. That's kind of what you're gonna get with this fragrance. Sorry about this going all over the place, but that is what my take is on this fragrance. The first take on this one. So with that being said, you know, we'll see what this is all like, you know, maybe a couple, you know, maybe a month down the line, see what it's all about. Maybe I'll wear this outdoors. I think this is a spring or summer scent. Honestly, I don't think you'd wear this in the fall and stuff like that. There's not enough sweet things going on here to say, ooh, wear this in the cold weather. I think this is more of a warmer weather fragrance. Even though there's no citruses, there's no fruits in here, I really think it's light enough to wear outdoors in the summer or springtime, warm outdoors. Now again, I think you can wear this to work. Okay, if you got a nice little office gig, people are gonna smell that nice woody smell, that santal smell. You can definitely rock this to work. But other than that, I wouldn't say this is a date night fragrance, because honestly, again, this is not a cuddle date night, but it could be just like a regular date night. Okay, going to the movies or something like that. But nonetheless, there it is. That is that Wajood, that amber sandalwood, a little bit of that vetiver. Yeah, smells woody, smells incensey, kind of almost pencil shavish, shaviness, stuff like that. So with that being said, I'm going to get up out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. And if you guys did, hit the likes, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Peace. Yeah.